Hello, loved ones. Good to see everyone. If you're wondering where Darren is, he's 1.5 feet this way. He is here. He is always overseeing. What's amazing about this class is I channeled in 9 pages yesterday, only to wake up this morning to Spirit saying, you need to prepare our loved ones. You need to set the foundation, hold the space, set the frequency so that they know what they are coming into. And court's big on that, making disclosures, making sure all parties involved know both sides. And so that was what was amazing is I woke up this morning and I started. I was so excited. They gave me 3 things. And I went, come on, okay. Sometimes it comes in so quick. I'm like, okay, you have to let me remember this. And by the time I get to my computer on the first one, but the first one is channeled in 4 pages. So here's the thing. Everything is so live right now. And please understand that divergence intentions are always for your best and highest good. We are always tuning into your guides, to what they want, and we hold the space for that. And there's going to be parts of this you're not going to like. We're going to be introducing vibrations that irritate you. It's supposed to, because we will hold the space of where you are not shedding light. As any good teacher, as anyone who truly loves who they made soul agreements with would do. So there's no remedy tonight. We're talking about the other 70%. That's where I come in. It wasn't very long ago until I realized why I can stand before the gates of equity. I'm gonna get a little emotional here because I was trying to figure out why me. And then I realized because I got the other 70% figured out. I showed up. I did the work for many, many years. That's why when people come in and tell me their stories, get out of here. I'm sorry, we are beyond stories. We have no time for stories. Everyone has a story, come on. And when you start to realize that you authorized this, you asked for everything happening to you, you lose the power of your story. So now what's going to feed you? Enter the power of your cup and what you put in it. So, loved ones, there's no slides today. Sorry, slides are an offense to my time of spirit. Sitting worrying about fonts and pictures, give me a break. Do you know how much pain I was in for those 3 weeks of trying to put in slides for 3 weeks? I've never been in more pain in this year, actually. Because if I'm being used in a vibration that is lower than what I should be doing, I will experience pain. How perfect. And you're going to learn a lot about pain, loved ones, in more ways than one. So, please, we are going to go through, first of all, the outline. How long this course is going to be. Actually, it's not just tonight. I'm going to be launching the next phase of this on Sunday because I've already channeled it. My queens are already in position and ready. This is coming in hot and fast, not only on the 30% side, we haven't introduced you to the 70% side, the part where divergence had to go black to get our shit figured out. And rightfully so. because I am in no position to stand before you unless I have learned this myself. And once I learned it, I empowered other queens. I taught them what I learned. And now we have a beautiful group of women forming. Ones who are aligned, that are rising. They're not making excuses, looking to feed off of people, looking to hear their stories being heard. Come on now. We're beyond that. That's 3D. Time to rise. Let's go. We don't have time to save you from your feelings. Whew. I'm getting fired up. And this is a thing. I will always deliver messages in the way and in the means in which they need to be delivered. And you're going to learn why later. So hang on, loved ones. Because the first disclosure is most of this course will make you uncomfortable, or you will be the visual of a deer in headlights through most of it. Get used to being uncomfortable. You are meant to spiritually grow right now. And growth requires pain. Period. If you want to learn the wisdoms of 4D, loved ones, then get ready for some spiritual lightning bolts. Some major wow moments, connecting of dots, realizing what happened to you as a child, your lessons, where you are. Shifts that are necessary for your spiritual realignment. This is about moving from 3D, that thick, that heavy, dense energy, into a beautiful crystalline light. But this process, loved ones, is messy. Do you know what the definition of crystalline light is? Grab your pens, note this one, put this one in the chat, please, queens. Crystalline light, translated, means Christ aligned. Feel that. This is something I'm going to keep saying. Feel this. You want to know if this resonates? How's this making your body feel right now? Listen to the vibration. Listen to the energy in which Spirit is trying to use me to get it out to you. This embodiment of Christ alignment consciousness means being aligned with His or this fifth dimensional energy. And we have crystalline, they're called crystals, and rainbow children coming in right now. These are children with extra DNA strands. They are so special. These are advanced beings. And we have parents so offline that they put things into their children's bodies that not only change their DNA, but mutate them so much that they disconnect with source, and they are now property of the government. Nice job. That's gonna job a few parents, and rightfully so. It's not enough, it's not until enough of us do our own work that this new earth we all want, we have to crystallize that into existence. And to do that, we have to alchemize this carbon-based physical body of ourselves into crystalline-based light ones. Heads up! This takes work, and this means pain. So that takes us into disclosure number 2. We are not here to save you from your feelings. Oof. I'm going to say that again. We are not here to save you from your feelings. Our job is to hold the energy and the space of what needs to come through for the greatest and highest good of all hearing this right now. And it's coming in hot, and it's coming in fast. And a lot of this is going to hit you, and you're not going to like it. And we hope to hold you in this space of that. So you begin to see and feel what you need to. So you can start connecting some dots, start growing, start ascending, regardless of your feelings. Leslie Graham did this for me when I was learning some of these spiritual truths. Back then, I thought she was the most insensitive, meanest, most hardest in my face teacher I ever had. And it wasn't until recently I realized what a gift she gave me. She never let me wallow in my story. She never felt sorry for me or coddled me. She never rewarded my bad behavior. She never let me attach to her in an unhealthy way. And she never let me feed from her dysfunctionally. We're going to be talking a lot about that coming up. She constantly held me in an energy where I had to look at my pain. I had to look at my trauma, those unhealed parts of myself, and feel what came up from that and heal and work through it. And at the end of it, she gave me little to no praise for doing so. She was not my source. Who is yours? And after my last course with her, I actually left mad and hurt by how she taught me some of these lessons and truths. In fact, I remember saying to myself as I left that I'm not going to teach like her. I'm going to be nicer. I'm going to be kinder. I'm going to do it in a more loving way. Even though I refer to her teachings and lessons, loved ones, almost every day. Little did I know, she was preparing me for this. And she showed up for me. And she did exactly what I asked her to do on a soul level. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank her for that. Because I've been pissed at her and I didn't realize I was until I started channeling this through. Welcome, live healing. To the point where I messaged her today, trying to find her. I got to clear my energy with her. I got to thank her. Her spiritual teachings shifted me leaps and bounds. And the way in which she did it is a large reason why I'm standing here and teaching you these wisdoms today. She showed up for me right when I needed her. And exactly when I needed her to. Feelings aside, she taught me that. And now I plan to be that for you. So if I hurt your feelings, or if you find yourself getting irritated, defensive, or upset with me, that's okay. We will continue to show up for you. and hold that space for you to reflect back to you what you need to see and feel about yourself. Those unhealed, unprocessed, painful parts of you that are begging for your attention and love. So you can finally release them and let go of them. So feelings aside, loved ones, heads up, disclosure. This is the best way that I can serve and show up for you. So I will. Number 3, we're not here to save you from your lessons in any dimension, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. This would be considered a trespass. Enter Darren. Darren's big on trespasses.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we all needed to understand here for just a brief moment. We've all heard this phrase that, okay, we were born into sin. When we're born clean, or we're created with a clean energy, and then somehow we're born into sin, that transaction or that transfer of energy means that we're worthy of something better. All we had to do is wake up to this. And by waking up to it is everything that we're trying to show everybody here. This 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimension stuff, again, this is where we had to learn to stop beating ourselves up for stuff, for things that have happened to us in the past and decisions and choices we've made. We can't change that now. But what we can do is learn and do what we can to make that better. This is where you'll be able to have a little love ascension meter for yourself every day. When you wake up every morning, you're going to know it. Whether, hey, you know what, today I'm going to do something a little bit better than yesterday. Yes, of course, that's going to become first nature anyway. But what you're going to start to feel here is, what can I do to satisfy a fault that I may have caused at some point in my life? And I bet you all don't have to go digging very far to find a whole lot of fault real quick. So this is where our little love meter that we can literally play in our mind every day, when we do something from that good place, when you get the warm, fuzzy, tingly feelings, that's that special little moment where you just gained a point. When you're doing the opposite, or when you think, oh, this feels cold, this doesn't feel in alignment, this feels very unorganized, this feels scary, I'm a little bit afraid right now, that's you losing love points. But just realize that you're always in control of these. You can always stop that cycle, break how we used to be, step out of that fear box. This is where ultimately this course is going to start teaching us, is to step out of our box of fear. That fear came from somewhere. You weren't born with it. None of us were. We all learned how to be afraid. So let's spend a little time unlearning that. Let's eject some of those emotions, some of those feelings and misconceptions. Open up some space to allow for some new, better stuff to come through.
And your love ascension meter is what I open my energy up to connect to each of you. If I need to make a reading, I just say, okay, Spirit, let me tap into where they are. And I get a read, I get a vibration. I know where this one is feeding positively and negatively. And your lessons and your love ascension meeting reading is all going to depend on how much of your 3D work you have been doing.
This is where we've all had that weird little feeling inside where I shouldn't do this, but crap, I did it anyway. And then, punishment, problems. So now we want to think back to, okay, what did we do? How do you know when you're making those bad 3D decisions, those 3D decisions there? That's a nice way to say it. Came up with a nice 2 today now. Okay. You want me to go?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Okay. And literally, it's going to be like that because I told Darren needs a break once in a while, loved ones. Okay, this is my jam. The 70% is where I come in. That's why he attracted me. So there is a presence I know he has to make right now. and I'm going to pull him in when he needs to. But when we talk about 3D work, divergence, what are you talking about? Well, allow me to tell you, this is about being honest with yourself about how happy you really are. Allow me to read that again. What's 3D work? Being honest with yourself about how happy you really are. Not the media fake version self of yourself you put up. Creating a space where you can sit and really feel who you are in your life and reflect if your choices are working for you anymore. If your dimensions are giving you the results you still, or sorry, if your decisions are giving you the results that you still want. In what dimension? Excellent. Are they serving you? I love that. That's one of my, I loved that question when I learned that. Is what I'm doing right now serving me? How do you know if something's serving you? Simple. By the results in your life and by how you feel. Creator didn't make it complicated. Satan complicated it. This is the work. These are the first steps of ascending from into 5D. It's the 4D. No one talks about the 4D dimension. Do you notice that? There's 3D and there's 5D. What's 4? Well, allow us to explain this because we know this dimension well. Ready? This is the ability to look at yourself and ask if these people, this job, where I live, is affecting me in a positive or negative way. Is this situation or relationship still bringing me joy and happiness? Stills in big letters, all caps. I had to put it in all caps. Or is it causing me more pain and frustration? Loved ones, if you are frustrated, if you're constantly angry, if you're always annoyed, warning bells. This is the universe going, you're getting out of alignment. You're not vibrating in a frequency you're supposed to be. If you are unhappy, unsatisfied, and or irritated on a regular basis, you are off track. You are not energetically where you are supposed to be. This means you have not been doing your work or enough of it. If you have emotional tantrums, outbursts, I was actually shaking channeling this in. I told Kim, it's on the record. I was actually going, oh, really? You want me to say this? Really? They said, mm-hmm. So if you are having emotional tantrums, outbursts, you are on antidepressants, or you are in pain of any kind, you are out of alignment. You're not where you're supposed to be, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all of it. Your underdeveloped soul, we don't like ego. Ego makes it sound like it's something separate from you. The underdeveloped soul, that's the part of you that came in that had amnesia. And we all shit kick it. It forgot on purpose. It's your job to remember. So if you're not remembering the way you should be, you're offline. We see examples of this with people going and putting themselves more offline. Thank you. Thank you, loved ones. Because you're so off track. They know they're not adding to the collective's consciousness of trying to ascend. So they're removing themselves. Thank you. That's a loving, kind soul, because no soul would be doing that if they were online. It's impossible. The powers that be, frequency-wise, energetically, it can't happen. Feel that. So if it bugs you, I hope none of our loved ones in here have put anything in their body, or this is going to be just rattling you in all the right ways. Now, divergence, why can you say that? Why? Because if you were out of spiritual alignment, this is what they channeled. Because if you were out of spiritual alignment, you are misaligned in all areas of your life. And they said, periods, all caps implied. They actually said that. Tell these loved ones, all caps implied. Period. And the results you're getting in your life and how you feel will be in complete reflection of this. And if you are not raising your vibration, if you are not doing your work, if you are not getting back online, the lessons, the people, and the pain will continue until you do. Period. All caps implied. There's no skipping dimensions. That's not how it works. Everyone forgot what we came here to do. The amnesia's still in. It's time to wake, lift your head, loved ones, from the game. We are here to ascend and grow the collective's consciousness. Are you? Are you aiding this soul mission or hindering it right now? If you were to be judged right now. So no, loved ones, we will not save you from your lessons, but we can help serve and aid you in this quest, should you choose it. How? By arming you with tools, many not of this world, not of this dimension. Tools that they have wiped from the history books so you wouldn't remember. But guess what? You get into a high enough frequency, spirit can work with you. That information can come in different ways, and it is. And we're going to give it to you. We're going to attune you to a frequency to make you aware of your spiritual powers you didn't even know you had. They made us believe there's only certain ones that can spiritually have gifts. Come on, everyone has it. Is this how numb and dumb you are? We're going to connect you to your lifesaver. Darren likes this one. This is the power that exists in all of us that we came here with. We came here with these tools, these gifts, and then we numb and dumbed ourselves. Here's the thing. Spirit has more than enough light tools to use on any darkness, any force or energy that you are currently battling with or will ever be up against. Feel that. There is no light tool out there that cannot save you in your hour of peril. The question is, are you going to learn it? Or are you going to skip the grades? Darren's going to come in now and he's going to talk about being a Jedi. He's big on this. Because when you talk about learning skills, Jedis are among the greatest.
Yeah, they've certainly got some. Okay, so for all of you who have not seen the Star Wars movie or any of them, I suggest you check out at least one of them. I think they're up to about 10 or 12 of them. That particular film had a huge impact on me. I saw it when I was 5 years old. I instantly knew something here is not quite right. And I instantly felt an imbalance in the Force. I instantly knew how Anakin felt. That Force that the movie depicts, it's equity. It's when spirit and you and equity all kind of conjunct. It's like a planetary alignment almost. Boom. You got magnetic things happening. You got all kinds of infrared things. How you can actually tell the officers these are not the droids you're looking for. This becomes a thing. You literally have this power that very few do. You actually start to be able to kind of read the play, your life, so quickly, you can almost start to predict things happening. If you so choose to tune into this force, it's sitting there, as Jody has mentioned, for every one of us, especially the loved ones on this Zoom and those who are watching the YouTube videos and really got charged up when Dean came out with all his information years back. Any of this stuff, this is the force. Now, this is sacred knowledge. Why do you think they've spent such a hard, or they've spent so much energy and time trying to either make it go away, hide it, dismiss it, whatever? There's been a concerted effort so that we never stumbled onto this. Well, again, thanks to the internet and this period of time that we're in right now, we all get to share in this one incredible moment. And being a Jedi is actually very, very, very close to describing what it is we're all doing here. As a matter of fact, I have Telegram chats called the Jedi Council for a reason, and I've had them for years because I know what's going on. Here's another quick side note, just to not derail this too deeply. The writers of the Game of Thrones TV show, pretty popular guys. These guys, right at the moment, they were on the money. Disney approached these guys and said, hey, we need you to write the script for Star Wars. Where did the Jedis come from? These prolific writers of today got about, I was told something like 20% of the way in. They just sort of got it going, and then boom, they had to abandon it. They really can't come up with where truly do the Jedis come from. And that's why I think I'm going to write that script.
Third Testament.
Mm-hmm.
So, loved ones, when you learn these tools, these master moves, and you align yourself with this energy, with these attunements, which you already know or you're not going to like. Think of anyone with braces. No one likes getting them tightened, but we know why. And the reason we do this, as far as trying to equip you spiritually, is so that when you show up at the gates of equity, loved ones, with your remedy, that you are clean in all ways. And your light can be used for the garden. This is not just about saving your ass from Egypt, from the Matrix, saving your family from Satan's world. This is about how you can serve equity once you're there. How can you aid and help the garden? Otherwise, why does it need you? Better question, how could you even attract it? This is why Darren can continue to do what he does, and people can't hear it. My job is to get you to a place so you can. So when people say to us, just let me in, I'll do the work later on myself. That's not how it works. No filth in the garden. no dirtiness, no 3D in the kingdom of any kind. So if you want to be seen by the eyes of equity, we suggest you clean and we suggest you rise. I'm still not done with disclosures. You can see why Spirit had me up early. And the reason for this is because this is setting the stage and the space for what's required for your energy field to even hear this wisdom, to even be able to download this information. There are so many hidden messages and codes that we have built within this course. And all we ask is that you just feel and notice what comes up as a result of it. So allow us to introduce disclosure number 4. The degree to which you are offline will be completely relative to the growing pains and energetic corrections you will receive to get you back online. So if you started tuning to this energy and your energy starts and your life starts going to shit, that's how offline you are. If you get a few little smacks, you're doing all right. I get beat up regularly, if that's any indication of what to expect. And I love it. I learn quick. This is the thing. When you start getting in touch with these energies, loved ones, it's swift. There are almost immediate results. Enter spiritual lightning bolts. Darren loves this expression. These are called universal corrections. They're not beatings. They are corrections. They only turn into beatings if you resist them. And as you should. If you're that offline, I hope your soul arranged a good whooping for you. Come on, let's go. You're not here to be on the sidelines. You're not here to be neutral. Rise. Number 5, expect energetic shifts and recalibrations as you adjust to these higher dimensions and frequencies. Whoo, did Divergence learn that? Darren's going to come talk about this soon. Recalibrations. This is a big one. But here's the perk. As you adjust to these higher dimensions, loved ones, you can manifest so quickly. Things happen, like you think about them, poof, and there they are. So this is when you realize, holy shit, I need to keep myself aligned because as soon as I start squirreling, universal lightning bolts, which Darren will talk a little bit about. So we get those zaps, or like, and some of us were like, fuck you, and we just bulldoze through our own lessons, trying to be right instead of being happy. And so our energetic output has very quick consequences. This is good and bad. And we're going to talk to you about that. So let's talk about real calibrations, first of all, because us queens, as we went through this, went through massive shifts. I've done a lot of spiritual work for a lot of years. And the ones in the last 6 months, my goodness, they were a lifetime and a half's worth. Lightning bolts where he didn't even have to say anything. I was like, holy shit. Now I can get mad at them as much as I want, and mad at whatever actor's showing up because they love me so much, they'll do that for me. But these are all reflections of where I need to heal. where I still have energy, because when that energy hits this energetic magnetic field, it is like attracts like, hashtag science. So that energy attaches to the energy in me that is of the same frequency, of the same vibration. So if it's a shitty ass unhealed energy, welcome my shitty ass unhealed energy. And we get all confused on how the universe is trying to reflect this to us. And we get mad at the messenger. And fine. You want to get mad at me? Fine. But you're here for a reason, loved ones. You feel something, or we wouldn't have the same faces showing up. We admire that. That's why we need to see you. So, Darren, please talk about recalibrations, because these can take sometimes a bit of time.
Okay, the easiest way to kind of paint a visual for us here is consider a fancy car. You're entrusted with this car. Use it. Go ahead. Pretend that car represents your life. Are you the type of individual that just gets in, pedal down, and go hard? No maintenance, burning the rubbers off the tire, very rarely checking the oil, wash it once in a while. This type of individual? Or are you the meticulous type that makes sure there's not a speck of dust on this thing? So that if the manufacturer, creator, ever calls in your vehicle for an assessment, you pull into the parking lot. Is your ride looking good? Or is it ready for the junkyard? Calibration. We all started out really good. And then we put a couple 100,000 miles on our life vehicle.
And then some.
And we're all out of calibration. We didn't know we had to take this thing in for oil changes. I thought the tires were good forever. Here we are, realizing, oh shit, I got a bit of work to do as quick as I can. As long as you can see the dirty car, as long as you can see tires with cords poking out and there's no tread left anymore. As a matter of fact, I can't even tell that the car's red anymore. It's so covered in dirt. Put a little bit of energy into cleaning your life up. By cleaning your life up spiritually, mentally, and physically. If your kitchen's always dirty, that might be a reflection of some other thing. Take it upon yourself to wake up one morning and go, you know what? I'm going to go clean the kitchen first. That kitchen has been a nemesis for 3 days. I'm going to go deal with it right now if you want to. But you know what? You feel this weird, euphoric, clean, lighter feeling like you just climbed a mountain. Really? You just did the dishes. But there's a weird correlation here between being calibrated all the time versus needing some warranty work versus, hey, you got to go to the junkyard. Where are you in your spiritual alignment right now? We all have time to fix our car. We all have time to pull over, give that thing a little bit of love. Because when other people see you loving your car, they're going to ask you, how did you do it? I want to love my car too, because mine is in terrible condition. Calibration. But think of all of these things balancing: spiritual, physical, mental, all of these things, aligning all of this stuff. This is literally a 5D puzzle. It's so beyond 3D. Why? Where does the fifth dimension come in? Again, this is that force. This is you having the power, actually having the power to make a difference. So you might as well start yesterday. Whoops. If you didn't capitalize on that one, start now.
Okay, and thank you. And the recalibration was a big deal for us queens. I'll let you loved ones in on this, because we would get these downloads like you're about to. And all of a sudden we would notice, we'd plummet. That's not a bad thing. When a bird is about to take flight and it jumps, what happens first? It falls. Don't be afraid of the fall. Trust your wings. Because the recalibration, when you think of our physical bodies, if they're at the bottom of the ocean, it has to rise to the top. People get a bleeding ear, they can die. if it's too quick. Imagine what's happening to your physical body as you're raising from a dense, thick, like very malleable energy to something that's, your body's going to feel some stuff. So if you need to sleep for 2 days, do that. If you're craving a bunch of pasta and carbs, do that. But come on, listen to your team. I know when I go through things and I need certain amenities to be able to get me in online. Listen to your body. We do naps regularly. We have to. We have so much coming in. If we don't, and we listen to that. So here's the thing. Here's some Ascension side effects. If you're experiencing any of the following, you were en route. An increase of synchronicities to include messages through numbers and animals. That's one of the first. 1111, 222, 1234. This is how the universe gets your attention. If you want to know what it means, go to any internet filter and put spiritual significance of the number. Now, sometimes it'll pop up right away. If it pops up right away, that's usually your message. If multiple ones come up, feel your way. See where your eye's drawn. And then don't question it. Click on that one. Then read it. Not all the messages are going to apply to you. There's going to be certain ones. You'll know the ones by how you feel. When I first started my spiritual journey, butterflies were a huge part of it. Ravens, eagles. Go get a spiritual animal book. Kim will post our favorite. Because this is the thing, if you actually tell the universe, okay, here's my book, any animal I see from now on, the messages are going to be in here. Set intention so the universe knows, how can I get to you? Through what channels can I speak to you? Are you meditating? Are you giving it any channel in which to move through you? If not, then just say, okay, this is new for me. Show me animals, and I'll go spiritual significance of the animal moose. Spiritual significance of the number 444. Just start putting that out and listen to the messages that come back. You're going to be like, wow. Wait till I get you on cards. Oracle cards. Don't let that spook you. Come on. That's what they wanted you to be, is spooked from them. Death cards, fuck off. No. Means the death of something. Come on. We can shuffle them and go, hey, universe, I just woke up. Let me open my crown, channel this beautiful love and light. Give me the message I need to hear right now. Wait till one jumps or spread it and which one your eye goes to, and don't question it. You want miracles to start happening? Show up for your miracles to happen. Start doing something different so it can find a way to get to you. Because I agree, your current filters are just a mess. Another Ascension side effect, ringing in your ears. These are downloads, loved ones, so that your body can awaken specific DNA and energies within you and prepare you for upcoming events, lessons, experiences that are en route based on your current vibration. No, there's nothing wrong with your ears. Do you know how many times I've gone to a specialist about my ears and my eyes? I see channels and I hear da-da-da-da. They're looking at me like, okay. So if you haven't had ringing in your ears, I've not just now attuned you to it. So now notice what side it's on, right or left. Remember this, loved ones. If it's on your right side, it's soul related. It's meant to activate. It's meant to download the information. Very much, I hate to use this analogy, it's very much to kind of what they put in you. So your body gets used to it. Because we have no other analogy, there you go. Left side. It is the underdeveloped soul-related part of yourself. Okay, so you notice which ones are coming in and on what side. And just know, ooh, something's coming. I get so jacked when I get one of my rings. I had 2 in the right ear today. To activate and align me for what had to come in. Thank you. And now once we know what these mean, would I know my right ear's buzzing? I got greatness en route if I show up and do this right. I used to rock myself during my early awakenings, literally, just like this. I would sit and whatever I was reading or whatever, I would rock. It was my way of consoling, because I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, loved ones. I couldn't come from a more religious, strict background. So these new teachings and learnings, they were the works of the devil, according to where I came from. And being disowned from my family at that time, I had to sit and just rock and be with that energy. And I did. I had no other way of consoling or counseling myself other than to sit and feel it. Why is it making me cry? Why does it feel good? Why is this brand new for me? But it's like, I know this. How you see the world and the people and the energy you choose to be around is about to dramatically change, loved ones, should you pursue this route. It's narrow for a reason. Most want it easy, broad and spacious. They don't see they're heading to destruction. When you think of the narrow path, and they show me this, like broad and spacious, and the narrow is the path. It is like this. It is rocky. It is bumpy. And by design, it's a filtration system to make sure that those on the narrow path are fit for it. Enter disclosure number 6. Anyone or anything that is not in the same or similar vibration will begin to irritate you. I think some of our loved ones have already begun to experience some of that. This usually results in physical and emotional reactions, depending on how different these energy or people are from yours. We feel that most with our family. That whole, they're my family. I need to anchor the light. No, you don't. You need to protect your energy right now, loved ones. Teach people how to treat you. Hold your bar and your space. Stop lowering it. This awakening and this new knowledge coming down the pipeline, it's going to forever make and see it's going to make you feel and see things completely differently. How can it not? You're going to become so sensitive to energies and people, especially the ones that are not in sync with you. This is going to make it vibrationally very difficult to be around these types of energies and people. And you're going to probably find yourself withdrawing from them. The only thing you can control is you and your surroundings. And once you begin to awaken and see this whole illusion, it makes it real hard to keep playing the game, showing up for your job, figuratively and literally, because of how you feel. And that's why it leads us right into disclosure number 7, which is you're going to start gravitating towards people of a similar vibration and like mind, and withdraw from those that aren't. Very good. Again, you are the company you keep. Birds of a feather flock together. There's some really shitty ass sayings out there, but those ones aren't too bad. So be prepared to lose some friends and family. Other than Dean, we are completely estranged from all of our family. Interesting. And here's the thing, once you know better, loved ones, you have to do better. Hashtag karmic curse. Some of you won't like that word very much, but there's good curses as well. And that karmic curse is that once these divine seeds are planted in you, you can't unplant them. You can't stop them from growing. Once your DNA has been activated and awoken, good luck trying to shut it off. And if you do try to ignore it and to just enter universal lightning bolts, it will torment you, as it should, by design and with your full consent. Oh, yeah, I said it. This isn't fair. I don't like what's happening in my life. Then change what you're putting into your cup, loved ones. That's why we're going to make you look going, what am I thinking? What am I feeling all the time? Do I like the projection of what I'm getting right now? And if you don't, then change it. But let's look at your feeding source to begin with. Who do you hang out with? What do you connect with? And if you're getting lightning bolts, Mother Nature is correcting you. The universe is correcting you. These aren't things that are just out of the blue, random. So these people are like, that's not fair. I just got attacked. By design. The question is, how did you respond? Kind of takes away your power, doesn't it? And that's why it feels so good to find your tribe, your brothers and sisters of the same cloth, your spiritual family, finally. And yes, look out for those false prophets, loved ones. How are you going to know these ones? By how these prophets make you feel. Do you feel safe? Do you feel at peace with them? Or do they make you feel fearful and angry? Do they make your skin crawl? Or do they make you just open up in ways that you're tingling? Your body knows. Start listening to that. And in order for our physical, our vessels, our meat suits to be able to even process any energy coming in, to be able to judge it properly, our cups need to be full. Otherwise, we'll just keep missing things. In order to judge properly, in order not to have lessons keep repeating, and these beautiful souls that keep coming online for you over and over so you can learn what you need to. The ones that hurt you and irritate you the most love you the most on the other side. I've said this before. Because what soul would want to give you pain unless you begged them to? Come on. So if you want to be able to process energy coming at you, if you want to be able to channel things properly and make good decisions, wise decisions, in-line decisions, make sure your cup is full. And make sure you're tapping into sources of a high and positive vibration at all times. Number 8. Don't worry, we only have 9. Constant monitoring and maintenance of your energy will be essential to maintain optimum results in this process. This is a disclosure because learning to be in a constant state of presence, if I can teach you that one gift, life-changing. Presence allows you to make very quick attunements. It allows you to align very quickly if you don't like your results that are showing on your movie screen. If you are depressed, I'll say this again, your energy primarily lives in the past. If you are anxious, your energy primarily lives in the future. It's very simple. Thank you. If you're getting all riled up, I can guarantee you in the future. Divergence has taught me, though. I'm going to do some deep breaths. I'm going to bring my consciousness back to my heart center. I'm going to flush any energy not serving me right now. I'm going to align to my source and higher power and set intentions to stay there. Shit pits don't have to be so long and hard now, loved ones. These are the snakes and ladders. We all played that game as children. And did you notice there was some snakes and ladders that were longer than others? Because some ladders you need to slide down until you realize, get your footing, your balance back in the game again. This is Earth School, loved ones. You're not going to avoid the snakes of the game. Impossible. You came here for the snakes. The learning is where are the snakes. It's about how far are you going to slide down and how long are you going to stay there. I used to be depressed for 3-4 days underground, as us light workers used to call it, as we regrouped and tried to get our energy together because we couldn't understand that people were taking our energy or that we were holding other people's energy that wasn't ours, trying to figure out that whole matrix, that whole other 70% that they just clusterfucked for us by design. And that leads us to number 9, last and final, that Ascension will rub and trigger any belief systems and programs that are currently misaligned in you when it comes to these higher frequencies. Loved ones, we need to deprogram, disassemble, unteach, deplug, purify, cleanse, and upgrade your current operating system. We are going to challenge everything you have ever been taught. Be patient. Know and feel why we keep showing up for you. This is not for any other reason than because we love you, because we're holding a space for you to be able to get to this level so that you don't just show up with your paperwork and get scooted aside because you can't serve where you want to go. You came here with amnesia. It's your job to do the work to remember. You will remember these rememberings by how they feel. And so be gentle with yourselves. That was a big thing that came through. The Spirit wants you to be gentle. Many of us we're anchoring the light. And as we do this, the dark attacks. So you better have your armor. You better know what you're doing. And if you don't, you're in the right place, because we do. I fight demons on a regular basis. In fact, I recruit them daily. I transitioned some already to protect me for this group. You want forgiveness? Why can't they? We'll recruit all of Satan's army. So he's left with no one. We'll convert all the dark to the light. They didn't want us to know we had that power. So I'm going to bring your attention now to a quote I see out there all the time. I tell you, any of my friends, they got to be careful what they post. Because they post anything out of alignment, I'm all over them. And they're like, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, well, that's the energy that's being sent out. This is the imprint you're putting out to the earth's grid. Good intentions or not, realign. Make sure what you're putting out there is of a high vibration. Because here's the thing. They, the little shits of the world, have infiltrated our healing. I'll post some quotes of how they do this, how they take something and through words, put a spell out so that you connect to it. And it keeps you stuck. So this quote is, queens fix each other's crowns when they're crooked. Now, on first thought, oh, that's so nice. Oh, if that queen's, if her crown's crooked, that's very nice of that other queen to go up and fix her crown. No. It's not. That has energetic dysfunction, misalignment, and unhealthy cords all over it. Here's why. An aligned queen, a wise queen. What's that mean? She has hers on straight. We have seen loved ones running around trying to help and realign one another, and they're misaligned and their crowns are barely hanging on. No. This is why we say, stay in your own lane. Stop aligning when you are misaligned. So getting back to the queens with crooked crowns. Should an aligned, wise queen feel drawn to helping another queen? She doesn't go and grab it and align it. She goes and holds that queen's hands. And she keeps her safe in a space of love. And she walks her friend to the mirror. And she shows her her crown. She holds a space where she can reflect to her what she sees and what this other queen needs to see. and then empowers that queen to fix her crown herself. To make those changes and improvements and to learn how to do them. That's healthy. That's feeding someone in a good way. That's called abling, not enabling. Big difference for the feeding that takes place between these parties. And here's the other thing. No one talks about what you do with a queen when her crown is not crooked. We even taught women, actually, that knowledge has been removed from us. That's why there's so much jealousy amongst us feminines, where we can actually stand in front of another queen and go, "Oh, girl, oh, you're shining. Your crown, I am just on fire for you. I am so excited for you. I'm going to feed you love and let you go, girl." That's what my queens do for me. That's what I do for my queens. That's a sisterhood, a queendom. Huge. Because here's the thing. If you're trying to fix some other queen's crown, think about that energy. You're broken. That makes me feel so much better about myself, because I just realized my crown's more aligned than your crown. So I'm gonna fix you. Does that help that queen? Not at all. But grabbing that queen and go, "Girl, I love you. And because I love you, I'm going to hold you in this space. Come here. Look what I'm seeing." And that queen will walk with you. She'll go and look at herself because she trusts you. Because she knows you're not trying to hurt her or fix her or point to her bleeding. You're holding her in a space where, "Honey, I need you to see how the world is seeing you right now. And I got you. I'll hold you in whatever space you need. I'll put my shield in front of you. You go do what you got to do." That's what we teach with our queens, is you take care of the queen beside you, just like the military. And if any of my queens' shields are compromised, they're out. A lot of past queens don't like that. But I'm sorry, if you cannot hold your own energy, if you can't protect my queens, you can't stay in alignment, you have no business fixing other crowns. You have no business aligning other people. It's not, "Oh, love and peace. Oh, yeah. Just want to party." Are you kidding me? It's not about that. Holy shit. And if it is just about that, you're about to get a lightning bolt. This is about moving into 5D, loved ones. This is a beautiful crystalline light. This is an era that we are about to enter into that is grand in all schemes. I want all of you to experience it. I want all of you to feel it. But you need to get rid of your heavy, dense 3D shackles. Your unprocessed shit about yourself, trauma experiences, pain that you keep numbing and dumbing. We're going to make you look at it. Ask our queens. This is not about showing your imperfection. Some past love, "Oh yeah, if you're not perfect enough, you can't be in dïevert." We hold a space and a bar for where you need to rise. Otherwise, the kingdom and equity will not have you. It's 5D. Do you think you can actually as a 3D'er? "Hey, hello, can you let me in? I want to pot in, have a good time, and then maybe I'll do my shit and do some work But again, I don't know. Do you see the lunacy of that? So I'm going to come back on Sunday. I'm going to give you the 9 pages that was actually channeled in 2 days ago, not this morning. This is what you loved ones needed to hear to set the foundation for what you're about to walk into. We've said this to our past loved ones. We've given every disclosure there is. And they walk in and they get pissed at us that they have to walk into their own fires. Well, guess what? Now we laid it out. If you don't like any of our 9 disclosures, please don't show up. You're not ready. Go back to breathing. Go back to minding your words. You want to roll up your sleeves. You want to go to the next level. You want to walk into your fires and go, you know what, Jody, I'm scared shitless, but I trust this energy. And I know you're going to give us tools and armor so that as these lightning bolts increase, because guess what? That's 4D. And the closer you get to the other side, the more lightning bolts, as it should be. That's called a final exam, loved ones. So as you walk through that, and us queens are just empowering you, making sure you are empowered and you are good to go, that you walk into 5D, you walk into the garden, not wondering what it's going to be like and what you're going to do. You walk in and spread your wings and fly. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for milk. We're looking for the cream of the cream. That means you got to rise. And we're watching to see who does. Okay, we'll put up our post on Sunday as far as what time, and we will see you there. Thanks for showing up, loved ones. Bye now.